Tell me about your chef.
Well, he's the main reason for the specials to be so great.
Does he have? Are you? Is he the menu guy,
yes,
or do you come in and say, "I want to"?
I have influence of what I want,
Right.
and those are the type things that I expect on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
That's there, and then he has carte blanche to do whatever type of specials he wants, and it's been unbelievable. We do use social media to put pictures out of the specials, and we've had people come in just say, "We saw the pictures on Facebook, and we came in." So you have six, then all of a sudden you're doing 6 or 8 specials that night just from the table.
And I'll vouch for that. The pictures are fantastic. And how about social media, like a Facebook?
Sure.
Where, anybody can visit.
Yep, absolutely.
Give your page a like.
Yep.
Even if they don't give a page a like, the pictures are there.
Absolutely.
How important is that?
100%. It's our marketing and our advertising right now. So it's huge. And in this day and age, I think you have to maximize that for the value. But it's also, we're able to reach so many more people. Growing up in this area, I do have a lot of friends, and we have a lot of friends in the area. Anthony does. He grew up here as well. So having that base, but then being able to broaden, basically throughout the entire state and county, it's huge. It really is,
You said a lot of people. You mentioned that Anthony is from the area, you're from the area. I often say that this county is my favorite New Jersey county. And arguably, the best dining is in this county as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You've got a name here now.
Yes.
I learned that 2.5 weeks ago when I first visited here late on a Wednesday night, I believe, when the weather was more humane than this. But Middlesex. I'll even go south into Ocean. Where's your dinership, your clientele coming from? Have you seen anybody come from beyond this area and say, someone told me that you guys are great, and I just had to come here and try it?
We have, and that's the thing. We've had people come from Manalapan, people come from Lincroft, which, you have to realize, in between Manalapan and here, how many eateries do you have where their choice, they can make a different choice? And that's what I try to convey to my wait staff, to everyone here, that everyone has a choice. Make this their choice. So you have to make that dining experience just a great night.
Right.
And that's what we strive to do.
And very important, one great thing about you is you're a BYOB.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
My favorite type of restaurant. I go to restaurants with liquor licenses, but I'm weird with my tastes. Like sometimes I'll get a red wine with a fish.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I have heart disease.
Sure.
I had a heart attack 18 and a half years ago. So I like
you're still here.
I like my red wine, and I don't like anybody looking at me saying, why do you want red wine with your poultry, or why would you want a white wine with a steak or something?
If that's your prerogative, you can have whatever you want,
and you're comfortable enough to do it here.
You can keep all your pretensions at the door. We don't want that. That's not the style of atmosphere that I want to create. Everybody be happy. Enjoy yourself. If you want to have chocolate milk with a fish, have chocolate milk with fish. It's up to you. It's your prerogative.
Family friendly then.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. What's missing that you want to see happen here? Is it too early to determine that?
I think every day our customers determine what avenues I want to take. I'm willing to change. There may be something that I was steadfast on that I thought would 100% work, and it doesn't work. So if you don't adapt to what your customers want, you're not going to have customers.
Right.
So, we really do. We adapt to everything that our customers tell us within reason. We will.
Sure.
Outside in the summertime, we're going to have picnic tables set up.
Out in the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And you'll be able to roll the paper out. We'll have smashing crabs, shrimp boils. All the kids can enjoy themselves and have fun. And we're also going to have a movie night. Usually we're going to try to do it once a month, where the kids can sit down, watch a movie, and the parents can enjoy themselves. So even if it's an hour of sanity, it's an hour that we're able to provide.
Well, whoever is going to come to this restaurant is going to enjoy the depictions on the wall here.
Sure. Yeah.
Of
Current,
current
yeah.
and
It's all-
past. I mean, tell me about the artist, and tell me about your
Yeah.
great grandfather, your grandfather.
My grandfather's on the wall. Here.
Tell me about him.
He was a very stern man.
Did he have to be in the field he was in?
Absolutely, and that's how he created a work ethic that I think people are lacking. And I think with him, it was kind of a no BS attitude. You came to work, you did your job, and that's how it was. And that's what I expect of everyone here. I don't demand anything, but the expectations I do have, I expect. And that's it. And it's a real simple concept, you know.
What would he say if he were here now?
Probably yell at me.
Why would he yell at you?
It's just, that's the way he was. There was no, if you were a male, you were a man.
Mm-hmm.
You were never a boy. So I think that's, hopefully be proud.
I think he would. I know he would. Is there anything that we didn't discuss that you? I mean, you're right on Route 36. It's a great location. It's as I mentioned earlier, one of my favorite Jersey highways. You can get here from the Parkway. You can get here from 35. Anything that we haven't discussed that you want to?
No, I think we do contests on Facebook. So which
you have
is,
a picture contest right now.
Yes, we do. Yeah, which is great. And we also, for the Super Bowl, we had a contest for that first shrimp platter. So, and we're also working with charities.
Yes.
And I think that's very important to be able to do that, give back to the community. And that's, I have a 5-year plan. On my top of my list is giving back to the community. I think that's where charity work comes in, local and national, But I agree with more local, helping out. People that come in here and give to us, we want to give back. So,
We're going to talk about the one
Yeah.
charity now.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you.
Great.
Anthony Blewett is the general manager
Correct?
of Schooner's Fishery, and Lisa Mealy is doing something very nice. You are bringing the One Mission charity to New Jersey, starting in Monmouth County?
Yes.
Okay. Jay was with us. He talked about the importance of his belief in giving back to charities, especially local. Why is that important?
Well, from the day Jay brought me on, he had said that he's not in this business to make a fortune. He's in this business to further his family name, something that they've done for generations, and they've always been a part of the local community, which, as he said, we feel gets lost a lot of times in the reasoning why people are doing the things they're doing in these neighborhoods. And Jay said to further those beliefs, he wanted us to immediately get involved with certain people, people that understand what our community goes through, and how we can help. And he made that a priority on our list of things to do. And then we've spoken to several people, and then when we had the opportunity to speak with Lisa, she brought to light something that we found to be very incredible, something that touched our local community, as she'll tell you. And she's trying to bring that to a bigger light, and we're happy to be a part of it.
How did the connection get made? I mean,
I'll allow Lisa to take that one.
So Jay and I have known each other for many years.
okay.
And
School
I
friends?
No, just
No?
friends from the community. Grew up a couple towns from each other.
Okay.
I reached out to him as part of my fundraising efforts and asked if the restaurant would be interested in supporting, myself and One Mission. And the conversation started from there, from something, very small that I was asking for to many hours over the past few weeks of phone calls and communication, and to hopefully some really big things to come.
Well, your charity, or the charity you are bringing to Monmouth County, is One Mission.
Correct.
It had its commencement, I believe, or its beginning in Massachusetts. Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski, who's a very happy guy right now.
Yeah.
Although we won't get into it. Doing a very nice thing. I visited the website, and there's a little personal involvement. Yes, you're bringing it here, but why does it touch your heart so much? Why don't you tell us that story?
It touches my heart because a close friend of mine who is a cancer survivor used her sister-in-law as a surrogate to carry 2 babies for her back in 2013. They were born through emergency C-section at 28 weeks old. The first boy died at 24 hours due to a cerebral hemorrhage. And the second little boy, Jude, continued to fight for about 60 days. Mm-hmm. The day his brother was to be buried, he was airlifted to Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania. He was diagnosed with infantile fibrosarcoma, which is a very rare form of congenital cancer. And he spent the next 4 months of his life, fighting harder than anyone I know. During that time, I ran my first marathon in Napa Valley, and he was my inspiration when I got hit the wall to keep going. And unfortunately, after 4 months, he lost his battle with cancer and was reunited with his brother. And so I'm honored to raise money for pediatric cancer in memory of these 2 little boys that are from our community.
Well, let's talk about Mission One. One Mission. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
The specific scope of what they do. Can you explain that a little bit more?
So, in general, One Mission will do whatever it takes to help kids with cancer. They do it in a little bit of a different way. They really provide funds and services that directly benefit kids with cancer, their families, and the medical community that compassionately cares for them. They do it rather than just funding long-term solutions like cutting-edge research. They provide funds and programs and services that lift the spirits of these patients and their families, that help the healing and recovery process, and generally make life more livable for these patients during treatment and hospitalization. So, for example, they fund spa and sports days, game nights, yoga, music therapy. They provide a service called Decorate My Room, where they redecorate a child.
Yeah, I think I told Anthony earlier. I was I read that and I didn't mean to interrupt.
It's okay.
But I was like, I told my wife, and my wife was like, wow. I mean, that is so
amazing. It's an
nice.
amazing
It's
program,
those little
right?
touches that go such a
Right.
long way.
They put mini refrigerators in every pediatric oncology patient's room, so the families have the convenience of a mini refrigerator. They're really trying to do things to make these patients' lives and their families' lives more comfortable, and that's what makes them different. They absolutely fund research, but they fund things that have a direct benefit to these patients and families while they're undergoing treatment. Another important thing that they do is they provide financial support for these families, and that's extremely important because 50% of families that are diagnosed with pediatric cancer will file bankruptcy. And so having financial support for a mortgage payment, unpaid medical expenses, utilities, transportation to treatment, that is, really tremendous for these patients. So, One Mission really is different in a lot that they do provide immediate relief for these patients. They do partner with some foundations that are working within New Jersey. So while they are based in Massachusetts and do a lot of their work through Boston Children's Hospital, mm-hmm. they do provide grants that provide that type of financial support for families through 3 hospitals right in New Jersey.
And those 3 hospitals are?
It is Morristown Hospital, mm-hmm. Robert Wood Johnson, and North Beth Israel, I believe.
Okay, and you brought it, did you start bringing it here in 2014?
So I actually, I applied to be a charity runner for One Mission back in November after I completed the New York City Marathon. And I was fortunate enough, this is the second year that the John Hancock Foundation has awarded One Mission 4 charity bibs. I was lucky that One Mission gave me the opportunity to have one of those 4 bibs this year. And so I began my fundraising effort, I guess, at the end of November when I was officially selected to be part of the One Mission Boston Marathon team. Mm-hmm. Last year was the first year that One Mission participated in the Boston Marathon. They had 4 charity runners. Those 4 runners raised over $70,000 for One Mission. We have 4 runners this year. I'm the only one based in New Jersey. Other 2 of them are in Massachusetts and 1 in North Carolina. We've raised over $30,000 so far, and we're about 78 days from the marathon still.
What does it mean to you personally, knowing that you are here, walking this good face of the earth, and what you're doing is in memory of those who've gone before you and helping those who right now need that aid? I mean, I'm trying to, what does it mean personally from you?
Wow, personally.
Did I phrase that right?
Yes, it's very. I'm very inspired to run 26.2 miles in honor of those who have fallen before, and more importantly, to help those children suffering today. There's 40,000 kids in the United States undergoing cancer treatment today, and they can't fight cancer alone. They need our help. And so if I can create awareness of the epidemic of pediatric cancer and of One Mission, and I can make a couple lives for children more comfortable, then I can suffer through 26 miles of running the hills of Boston.
And,
So,
and you suffer occasionally jogging in the morning.
Yes,
we were talking before
I
the
do.
interview, and you, it's a hike. She jogs a lot. You've got an event coming up.
Yep.
You want to tell me what's going on?
It's kind of funny that it's come together so quickly. I mean, we only started talking maybe 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
over dinner in the restaurant.
Yeah.
And what did you have?
I had a scallop special that night in a cream sauce that was fantastic, and some
Walking advertising.
clams.
It's the best
Of course.
kind.
Yeah.
So we have a couple of upcoming events, and Jay's goal and my goal along with that is to make sure that we're doing as much as we can for the charity. So we're going to be hosting an upcoming beer event where a portion of the proceeds will go right to One Mission.
Where will that be held?
It'll be held here.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Right. And then we have a secondary thing that we're working on right now, a charitable event, which will be held at the Middletown Arts Center, which will incorporate a local musician who is very well known in the Jersey Shore area, as well as an up-and-coming country star that is associated with One Mission. And we'll be honoring some of the children and families that have gone through this, so that they can get their message out there as to how One Mission was able to help them get through what amounts to probably the toughest period in their lives.
Sure.
Which takes very strong people, but it takes an equally strong support system to get these people through that. And we're happy to be a part of it on any level we can.
Is there any, if people want to help, where would they write to? Where would they call? What website? I know they can visit the actual One Mission website, the homepage. Is there a New Jersey page yet?
I have a fundraising page, so people can visit CrowdRise and search my name, Lisa Mealy, and it'll take them right to my fundraising page.
Crowd, CROWDRISE.
Correct. CrowdRise.com.
.com.
And they put in my name, Lisa Mealy, and they will come right to the Boston Marathon fundraising page. They can see what our team in general is doing. They can click on my link to see the story about Warrior Jude and his brother Thad, and to make a donation. They can also mail a check and put in the subject line my name, and mail it directly to One Mission. And then we, also certainly, if somebody has, cash that they want to donate, just give us a call. My information is all available, as is Anthony's and Jay's, and we're happy to meet with someone and help kids with
You can
cancer.
link everything through our webpage too. If you can't find hers, and we are.
Yep.
We talk probably several times a day at this point.
Your website is?
Well, right now we have a Facebook page.
Oh, it's on Facebook.
Right.
Okay.
Our website is being built as we speak to include all of this, so everybody can find it if they can't find others.
Okay.
She'll handle the money. We'll just send you where to go to donate said money.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I don't believe so, but
Go ahead.
The only other thing I guess I would throw in there, and you don't have to touch on this, but one of the things that we're doing together that's pretty cool is we're going to be launching a challenge, very similar to the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. And it's something that we will push out, locally to individuals, but we will be looking for businesses to support. And the concept of it really is, it's called the Can Cancer Challenge. And we're asking people to share a video that we're going to make that increases awareness of pediatric cancer, of One Mission, and then ask people basically to collect their change for a week in a can, and at the end of the week donate that change to help a kid can cancer.
Perfect.
And that ties in nicely with what we've all been talking about is we realize there's somewhat of a lag in terms of getting the average population involved in these things. So the events that we're doing are going to greatly benefit these causes. But it's not just going to be for the big sponsors and the big donors and the 1%ers. We want the middle class to understand they can come and enjoy a beautiful night out for the cost of a normal dinner somewhere else, yet the benefits are going to be great in that they'll be helping one mission, help these kids and families. So everybody can do something, and that's how we're trying to tie this in.
Lots of very nice stuff going on.
Right. Thank you.
We want people to come here. Why don't we give them the address?
It's 571 Highway 36, Belford, New Jersey, 07718.
Historic area along the Jersey Shore.
And the history doesn't end outside.
No.
Jay brought it inside as well.
Yep,
so
he
you
sure
get a little taste of where they came from.
Sure, and good scallops.
Yes, excellent scallops. Highly
Thank you.
recommend them.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Nice to
Thanks
meet you.
again. You
Thanks.
as
You're
well.
welcome.
Thank you.